Okay, so now I want to show you how to do this, how to use the Atrium app, because some of you are still having problems knowing how to upload your timesheet. So you notice when I open, it opens to something. It opens to this says open. And this open page means these are the jobs that I've been asked for, but I haven't responded to. So in this case, this is a job, and I would touch it, and then I could accept it or reject it. And in this case, I'm going to reject it. But don't you do that. Every one of you should accept it. And now it goes back to 0 open jobs because I've already rejected it. Now I'm going to look at the assignments, and I want to show you a few things about this app. Next to the assignments is submitted. And then over here is notifications, which they told me I had an open job. Now, submitted just means I've submitted all of my timesheets and everything's ready. And if I go on here, I can see all the jobs I've submitted that have not been paid for yet. And these jobs means that they were approved for payment. And so if I click on this, I can actually see the details. I can even go down to view tasks, and I can see the times and actuals. I want to make sure parking is there, for example. Otherwise, you can let our office know if it's missing something. But now I want to first of all show you how to upload a timesheet, because that's the most important thing that a lot of you are messing up. I want to show you this. Okay, so if I go in here, I want to add my actuals. So right here's the details. I'm going to go up here to add task because I want to put in my actual time. So the first thing I can do is add my actual times. Now, if I was, when you hit add actuals, this is the scheduled time, 11 to 12. But if I arrive before 11 or at 11 and I didn't start early, I'll just leave this as 11. If I start at 11:15, I leave it at 11 because I was there on time. If I was late, I would change this to the later time. If I was early, I still leave this as 11. So this just means that I was there when I was supposed to be there. This you will always change, almost always. Now in this particular case, I'm going to upload a timesheet. And I have parking, and I want to show you the timesheet right here says I was there on time. Actual arrival was before 11. The end time was 11:25, and I have $5 parking. So what I'll do here is I will change the end time to 11:25. I go down here and hit 25, and I click OK. So now I go back up, and you notice there's a mistake here, but it's 11 to 11:25. It changed to PM because originally it was 12 o'clock, and it was a natural PM. So now I'm going to go through here, and I have to open that up again, and I have to change it to AM. So whatever you do is make sure before you send it that everything is correct. So now you can see they're both AM 11:11. Now I have $5 parking. So I'm going to add another actual. This is where a lot of you mess up. You add another actual, and another one pops up, 11 to 12. And you see this drop-down menu? You will click on the drop-down menu, and you can choose parking. So you choose parking, and then I'm going to enter 5. So I'm going to put 5.00. Double check 5.00, that's correct. Parking, the timing is right, AM. If there's notes like patient no-show or whatever I have to write, or had to go to the lab, I can add another actual time. So let's say 11 to 11:25, then I had to wait for the surgery to get over, and I just hung out, did my own thing. I can or if I had to go down to the lab, I can add another actual time and just put 11:30 to 1 o'clock, for example. So you can add as many actuals as you want, especially on telephone calls. On telephone calls, sometimes they call you back over and over. You just add as many actuals as you need. In this case, I was there 11:25. I have no other times, and it was $5 parking. So now I'm going to click next. I have no notes to say. Okay, let me go down, click next. Now, in this case, I'm going to use my camera. I do not want to take a photo of my timesheet. I can just use my camera because then it's safer. I don't break any HIPAA laws. There's no confidentiality laws by saving things to my phone. You don't want anyone to pick up your phone and see a timesheet and see the patient's name and everything and what doctor they saw, because that's against the law. So I want to use my camera because as soon as I send it, it disappears from my phone. So today I'm going to use my camera, and then I'm going to show. So let me show you how this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, $5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture as close as I can without, ruining everything. And then take it. And then I can look at it. And it's sideways, but that's okay. I'll click OK. And now I can switch it. So I can turn it. And now it's straight up and down. I can fix it if I want. And then I can see that. And it's clear. And then I hit done. And then once that's done, I click next. So now I see the time. I see the amount. I see the timesheet. What is the signature for? A lot of interpreters think the signature is for their own signature. No one cares about your signature. Sorry. This is for staff. You notice it says staff name. If you don't have a timesheet, sometimes we can use staff name. Let's say you go to somebody's home and they don't have a timesheet, you don't have a timesheet, then you write, the staff writes their name, they look at the times, make sure everything's accurate, they write their name in here by clicking on that and put their name, whatever their name is, then they are the ones who enter. So if this is Dr. So-and-so, they just sign it like that. And then you click done. But the only reason you need that is because you don't have a timesheet. But interpreters should not be signing this. The next thing is you click submit. You do not want to sign something as yourself and then give yourself 5 stars, because that will go into your profile, but you're giving it to yourself. This should be the doctor's signature, and the doctor or the nurse or the housing or whoever is the one who says, good job. And they're the ones who do that, not you. So please, interpreters, don't sign it. And you don't need to sign this unless you don't have a timesheet, okay? And at the very end, you click submit. And then it will disappear. Wait for it to disappear. Once it disappears, then you know it actually went through. If you submitted it and you just started doing other things and you got off your app, it may not have gone through. And sometimes we ask you to show us to send it again. Okay, now I'm going to tap up here and show you what else you can do with this app. Again, there's settings, my payments, log out. Again, if you look on my payments, these are the payments that we've sent. So on February 28th, we sent. January 26th, we sent. December 20th was early. We always do that early. 26, 21. Okay, so let's say I go to this one and I was paid this much money. These are all my jobs. If something is wrong, you can check it and you can let us know. But these are all former payments. All right? Now, if you go back up here, if you go into settings, you can see my profile. You don't need a signature. Availability is very important, not available. So if you go to availability, make sure you keep this updated. If you are not available Tuesdays, then you should click on here and put not available all day. Or if you're available between certain hours, you can click on that and choose the hours that you are available. And that's every Tuesday. Then you will show up, and you won't show up in our system if you're not available, okay? If you're available all day, you'll show up on our system. And then the schedulers can call you, okay? Now, if I go in here, oops, trying my best here. If I go in here and go to not available, this is if you're gonna take a break. You're gonna be gone for a certain number of days. So not available on, and you may say, oh, I'm not available on March 3rd between these 2 hours. Or you can say, I'm not available from today all the way until, the 22nd. Then you click OK, and then you're not available these days. And you can change the time as well, okay? Then you click save, and then you will not show available these days. Now, sometimes staff might call you anyway because they see you don't have a job those days, and they'll call you, and you can say, I told you I wasn't available. But anyway, the point is that you can also let us know you're not available. Okay, and then you can always log out or do whatever else. Thank you. I hope that you now understand how to use a timesheet. And one more thing, you got to turn your timesheet in by the end of the day. Make sure you do your timesheet by the end of the day. Please upload your timesheet by the end of the day. At the end of every day, it should show that your jobs for today are no longer there. Thank you.